Welcome dear students to my YouTube channel. Today we are in part 3. All those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe the channel so that you don't miss any updates. Now today we are going to solve the second problem. Okay. Now suppose you have a circular cricket ground at the city sports center. Remember, what is the shape of the ground? The shape of the cricket ground is of circular type. Now the authority wants to make fencing surrounding this ground. So naturally here comes the question of counting the circumference. Am I right? Fine. They also want to cover the total surface with the lawn. So another calculation also we have to do here, and that is finding out the area of that circular thing. So the authority wants to know how many meters the total fencing will run into. That is, you have to calculate the circumference, and they also wants to know the total surface area of the ground that needs to be covered with lawn. So this thing we have to solve the problem using the flow chart method. So what will be the first step in the flow chart? You will have to draw this terminal symbol. See, always remember this thing. Starting and ending of the flow chart will be done with the help of this terminal symbol. So capsule symbol you have to draw. Inside that you have to write start. Thereafter you will have to show the flow of the program. It will be in the downward side, so you have to draw a down arrow key. Next step. What is next step? Next step is you will have to take the input. Okay. Which input you will have to take? You will have to take the input of the radius of the ground. On the basis of the radius, you will have to do the further calculations. So you will have to use this input output symbol, okay, for taking this input of radius. Then again you will have to draw the flow line. Okay. Next you will have to do the process of calculating. Either you can first calculate the circumference or you can calculate the area, whatever. So for that process symbol you have to use this rectangular shape. So here we calculate area. What is the formula of area? Area is equal to 3.14 into radius into radius. That is 3.14 into r square. It could be written like that way also. Am I right? Fine. So here you will have to write it like this way. Thereafter you will have to again move forward, and another process you will have to do. So rectangular shape you will have to draw, and in that you will have to find the perimeter. Perimeter means circumference. So perimeter is equal to 2 into pi. Pi means 3.14 into radius. So now you have got both the things, area and perimeter. So now you have to display the output. So you will have to again use the input output symbol and then give the output. Print area, comma, print parameter, both the things. You can write it in different lines also. Here I had not got that much space, so I have written it like this way, putting a comma in between. And then we have to end the program. So this flow line and then the terminal symbol and end. So the program gets over here. Simple. Now we come to the next problem. The next problem number 3 is Mrs. Janvi has taken a loan of rupees 35,000 at a rate of 11.5% from the bank for 6 years. So naturally it's a problem of calculating the simple interest. So calculate the simple interest that she will pay to the bank. Now if you notice something here you do not need to take any input, right? Because see, here the amount invested is given, rate is given, and number of years is given. Everything is given here, so you have to straight away start with the process. But your textbook writers are great, so they have written they have drawn the flow chart in such a way that they have asked the user to enter the input. So according to that, what should be the equation? The equation should be this simple, that write a program to calculate simple interest. Okay, so according to this thing I am drawing the flow chart. So first we'll draw the terminal symbol, write start inside that, then we'll draw the arrow towards the downward side, and then next thing is we'll take the input. Okay, so I have drawn the symbol, that is input output symbol. In that I take the input of P, R and N, all the 3 values. Then again arrow key. Thereafter we will have to perform the process of finding the simple interest. So it will be interest or simple interest is equal to into bracket P into R into N bracket close upon 100. So now we have got the interest, so we have to just give the output. So we draw again the input output symbol and write here print I, and then the arrow and terminal end, like this way. Now before we go on further, one thing which should come in your mind is that in the starting of the chapter, sir was telling us, that is I was telling you, that this chapter is very interesting and you will be able to develop your reasoning power, logical reasoning power. Am I right? But till now nothing of that sort has come. These all are simple math sum which are represented in graphical way. Am I right? You are 110% right if you are thinking so. Why? Because this is just the beginning. Okay, and in beginning we cannot climb 10 steps together. We have to climb one by one step, and that is why the textbook is designed in such a way that you are going from simple problems, then you will be able to solve the complex problem. Fine. Now we come to the next problem, and that is problem number 4 of your textbook. Assume that you want to find out the youngest student among the 2 students. Okay, there are 2 students. From that you want to find out that whose age is less. Okay, then the input in this case will be the age of the students, right? You will have to ask the students to enter their age. So how shall we draw the flow chart of this thing? First we try to understand the thing before drawing the flow chart. The solution to the problem can be obtained by performing the steps mentioned below. Okay, now as I told you just now, from simple we will be going to complex. Now here straight away you cannot draw the flow chart, you will have to think little bit, right? So how will we solve the problem? First step, take the ages of both the students, that is ask both the students to enter their age one by one. Let it assign to variables age 1 and age 2, right? The first student's age will be stored in a variable named age 1, and the age of the second student will be stored in the second variable named age 2. Next step, now compare the value of age 1 and age 2. Now if both the values, now see there will be three type of outputs here. Till now the problems which we had solved were having single output each time, while here we will have three outputs. The first output could be the age of both the students could be same, isn't it? Both could be of 15 years, 14 years, whatever. Another output could be, or another possibility could be, if the age 1 is greater than age 2, then the second student is younger. And third possibility, if age 1, that is the age of the first student, is smaller than that of the second student, then the first student will be younger. So these are the three possible outcomes. So now we are drawing the flow chart of this thing, and today I am giving you one problem to be solved by you yourself. Okay, after I finish solving this problem, listen to the question which I am going to give you. Okay, fine. So naturally first will be the terminal, start, arrow key. Now what are we to do? We have to take the input, right? So we draw the input output symbol. So now input the age of the first student and store it as variable age 1. Input the age of the second student and store it as variable age 2, right? Now we have stored the two students age in age 1 and age 2 variables. Now arrow key. Now a new symbol will come. Just see, process symbol. This symbol you had not seen before. Am I right? Not process symbol, I'm sorry, decision symbol. This symbol you had not seen before. Condition symbol or decision symbol, whatever name you can give. Better name is condition or decision, both the things are perfect. So here we are going to compare the age of both the students. Fine. Now first outcome could be, now see, always the outcome will be displayed on the corners. Okay, so here we are displaying this outcome, that if age 1 and age 2 are equal, then what would be the outcome? Print both students have equal age. Fine. Now we come to the next possibility, and that is if age 1 is smaller than age 2, what will be the outcome? Print first student is younger. And the third possibility is if age 1 is greater than age 2, then print that the second student is younger. Now I am going to give you the question to be solved by you, and then the flow of the program will end with the terminal symbol, and see how the arrows goes. Fine. Now you have to solve a similar type of problem and then draw the flow chart of this type of problem. Here you have to take the age of 3 different students. Instead of 2 students, you have to take the age of 3 different students. Okay, and from there you have to print whose age is lowest, or which student is younger or youngest, right? So start thinking. First write the steps, okay, and thereafter you draw the flow chart. Now all the students who are studying in Fatima Convent High School, okay, for whom I am preparing this video, they have to draw the flow chart of the problem which I am giving just now, and click a photo of that thing and WhatsApp it to me in personal. Okay, fine. Now if you have liked the video, please hit the like button. This time, instead of drawing this thing on the blackboard, I have used this thing. This is more lengthy process, so please do hit the like button. Thank you. Goodbye.